hitter. He's from Brazil, number 17, the Wild Thing, Anderson Varejao. He's starting at guard from Syracuse, number 3, Dion Waiters. He's starting at point guard from Duke University, number 2, Kyrie Irving. At forward, 6'10", he's out of UCLA, number 0, Kevin Love. He's starting at forward, number 23, LeBron James. David Blatt is your head coach.
On the road and hungry for a win against an Eastern Conference rival, the Indiana Pacers are ready to go. Home court advantage goes to the Cavaliers, playing here in Quicken Loans Arena. The excitement of the NBA is on the way. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Doris Burke courtside. Next to me, Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr in the booth. And it's the Cavaliers to start out. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting 5 on the floor. And so in the game for the Pacers. Down low, Weston Hibbert. Rodney Stuckey out there with George Hill. And it's George in at the small forward position. Well, a question you have to wonder as we watch LeBron play in his prime. Should we be more in awe, Clark, of him from a historical standpoint? He has a chance, as many people think, to be the best of all time when he hangs them up.
He's right in that discussion. He's arguably already in the top 10. Actually, in my opinion, he is in the top 10. Clearly, right now, if he stopped playing, he'd be in the top 10 with a chance to be on some people's top 5 list. He's a once-in-a-generation kind of player, but so too were others. Oscar, Wilt, Elgin, and guys of that ilk. But I think it will be a long time before we see anybody quite like him in size, strength, speed, and skill.
Well put. And here is Hill, following the three-pointer by Kyrie Irving. Here's West. Lead pass was put in just the right spot.
Boy, he made a nice little bounce pass there. We call that the pocket pass, and he did it well.
And so it's Cleveland with it. It's a three-point game.
You know, I'm thinking about if we should actually be more in awe of LeBron. I mean, it's just hard to imagine what he does almost on a nightly basis. Just some incredible things out on that court.
And that assist earned him a little nod from his teammate after the basket.
On defense, the Cavaliers. Feeds it to Hibbert. And that one's good.
And fans and media have grown somewhat inured to LeBron's amazing play. Look that one up, folks. But I think deep down we all realize that we are watching something truly special when he plays and how he comports himself between the lines and outside of it. It's just a matter of really being able to recognize how he fits into the NBA's history books.
The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. No good from Irving. For Indiana, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Here's Hibbert. Kicks to Hill. 6 to shoot. Launches it. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Waiters dishes to Love. And Waiters kicks to James. That drops.
Some weak defensive coverage there, and I'm pretty sure they didn't plan on starting this game out like that, giving such easy access to the rim.
Now here is Hill. Stuckey setting the pick for Hill. Hibbert with a screen on Waiters. Hill passes to Hibbert. Verajao grabs the board.
This is why you need size inside, the ability to contest shots and force misses.
Steve, that's exactly right. Even when you get in close, it's still a tough shot.
On the wing, Irving. Defended by George. Waiters dishes to LeBron. On its way from Irving for two. Can't get it to go. George with the defensive effort. Pacers trail by 5. LeBron grabs the miss.
You know, typically, guys, he has the body control to finish when he's in that tight. I'm not sure what happened there.
Quick shot there, and it's off target.
Now, he had a defender draped all over him. Not really the best shot there.
Well, not the shot you hope for when it's well contested like that.
Hibbert with a screen on James. Hill kicks to Hibbert. Now the feed to West. Stolen by Waiters. At the elbow, it's James. Back to Waiters. And here's Love for 3. It's hauled in by George. Indiana's gone 0 of 2 from deep here.
You know, the Pacers were really a strong road team last season, and a lot of that wasn't just the talent, but their ability to remain consistent with their approach. And I think that speaks to the leadership of a guy like David West and some other veterans with that group.
That's his first personal foul.
Well, Clark, the Pacers did slip in the second half of the season, though, and Steve, it did show up in their road record in the end.
Well, they started last year as an elite road team, but would end just one game over 500 on the road. Not a bad mark, but they looked to be dominant at the start of the season.
George drops them both.
Oh my God.
Well, for Paul George, his leap last season, not just about accentuating his strengths, but also cutting back on the negative plays, in particular, lowering his fouls and turnovers while he's on the floor.
Shot's good.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
Pacers trail by 5. Hill kicks to George. Hibbert with a screen for George. Pass to Hibbert. West inside, and that one is stuffed right through.
Well, he took that defender head on and threw down the two-hander power jam.
Straight power there, guys.
You gotta love his determination.
And for Paul George, looking to cut down on his turnovers, some of that was not forcing the pass. And it wasn't this.
Yeah, and that's the one thing that he really has to tighten up on. He had this terrible habit of throwing this one-handed bowling bounce pass that never found its target. So, PG, if you're listening, get rid of that bounce pass for me, partner.
He's not only listening, he's playing. He's playing the game right now.
He's the real deal, though. He's
He
one of the more enjoyable guys to watch and to hang out with.
Hangs, and Hibbert lays it up and in. Hibbert's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Man, he shows us he knows how to finish with a flourish.
Outside Irving. From the stripe. Here's Verajao. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
He's a grinder. I love what he does under the offensive boards, really bringing energy and life to his team.
Hill drives in.
George Hill, an efficient combo guard. He was acquired by the Pacers in a draft day deal back in 2011. That was the Kawhi Leonard trade, with Leonard, of course, going to the Spurs. It's a trade that benefited both sides.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Cavaliers.
You got to like the consistency they're showing with that mid-range shot.
You know, it also hasn't taken them long to make their mark in the paint. I mean, they're doing a lot of their scoring from in there.
The first one falls. And I know, Clark, that you know Hill well. George, an Indianapolis native, played collegiately at nearby IUPUI.
And Kevin, going now in his fourth season with the Pacers, exactly the kind of support starter you want as a contending team. He's rock solid, really defends his position well, is steady. I'd like to see him be more aggressive in looking for his own offense.
Both free throws good from Hill.
The Cavs tried to make a push for the playoffs last season, in a way going against the grain, but instead a disappointing season when it was all over. Coach and front office questioned the team effort level.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Cavaliers. Well, the Cavs did make some big changes from last season, and they shouldn't have a problem staying motivated, putting in the effort this year.
Well, you know, Kevin, last year they were a very young group and didn't have the vet presence they might have needed. With LeBron coming in, they've got brilliance in every category, leadership and play. He's got the clout of his championship rings. The whole mindset of the team is about to go to a very different and high level.
West setting the pick for Hill. Hibbert with the screen on Waiters. George with the ball. He's picked up by LeBron. 6 to shoot. This one for 3. And once again off the mark by Indiana. The Cavaliers leading by 5. Irving passes to Waiters. Shoots from the line. It's rebounded by Roy Hibbert. Hibbert's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Hill dishes to Stuckey. Stuckey left side. Varejao against West. Hibbert trying to free himself up. And it's West missing.
Boy, they were ready for him right there. I mean, totally collapsed the defense on him.
Irving against Stuckey. Irving kicks to LeBron. Outside Irving. From past the arc. And he gets it to go. Irving's got 10 points.
Their offense already flowing. Some stellar shooting while jumping out to this lead.
Well, high-quality shots, and they've been on target with them.
Now here's West. Right wing. Tries it from 19. And it's Hibbert missing.
And little to no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, that was a tough one right there.
LeBron with it. Rodney Stuckey covering. Pushing their lead to double digits. And now it's a 10-point Cleveland lead.
This defense has been way too soft early on. They've got to start playing with some energy.
You know, Steve, do something, anything to throw their shooters out of rhythm is what's got to happen here.
Now, here is George. Pass to Hibbert. To end the run, here's West. And gets hacked by the D. He'll go to the line. This is his first free throw of the game.
Quality free throw shooter a year ago, about 79%.
The first free throw is good.
Oh my God.
David West is a tough man's man at power forward, who also possesses a lot of guard skills. I mean, for a player his size, he's one of the best passers in the game. He can put it on the floor, and that jump shot of his from out to about 17, 18 feet is money. He's a laser from that distance and can occasionally splash that three-pointer on you, too.
And West, able to post up or face up. Maybe at his best facing up, where that mid-range jump shot is among the best in the game.
Dellavedova, that's good.
What a start they've gotten off to. A big lead for them, and we're not even out of the first quarter yet.
And it's not just their hot offense here. I mean, they're playing very strong defense, too, guys.
Here is Watson. Dishes to Copeland. The pass to West. Soft touch off the glass. West has got 8 points. And Clark, as you know, David West with great range on his jump shot. He can even make a three-pointer in a pinch.
Yeah, he's a consistent three. He doesn't shoot a lot of threes, but he can make them. I've watched him in practice, and he can knock those down. And in big moments, he'll step up and knock down a three every now and then for you.
Pacers trail by 10, so the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game. And Indiana making a change here. Scola's checked in. Here is Mahinmi. Guarded by Marion. Mahinmi kicks to Scola. Stolen by Thompson. Dellavedova to pass to Miller. Comes up empty down low.
That's really too easy a chance to miss, guys. He needs to be more aggressive and focused on his finishes.
Three-pointer, and that one's good.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
The Cavaliers leading by 7. Outside Irving. Miller with a wide open look, and it's off the back rim, no good.
Really high quality shot there, just a little off with his release.
That miss right there will definitely leave him shaking his head.
Watson's shot is off. Cleveland's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Marion dishes to Irving. Pass to Dellavedova. Marion a screen on Scola. Here's Dellavedova. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Everything appeared to be lined up for Cleveland to get back into the playoffs last year, but that just wasn't the case. A lot of what-ifs for them last season.
And with another top pick on the roster, Kevin, and a youthful team, they were a popular pick before the season to play postseason games, but they still needed some seasoning.
That free throw good from Dellavedova. And now for Cleveland. They still have the youth to grow, but with LeBron on board, the sky for them is the limit.
As are the expectations.
And both free throws good for Dellavedova.
And one more note about Cleveland. Everyone will now assume that they will make the playoffs this year, but the ultimate goal is a title, something that hasn't happened in the city of Cleveland for any major sport in a long time. Probably 64, I think, may be the last title.
Again, you're right on it. Here's Copeland. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Watson, that's for 2. Cannot hit, and Cleveland will come the other way. Marion outside. Dellavedova kicks to Thompson. He feeds it to Irving. Takes the 13-footer. Blocked. There's 48 seconds left in the first quarter. Miles the pass to Mahinmi. Outside for Miles. Some nice passing here by Indiana. And Scola. Here we go now. That's good. Here's Irving. 12 points for him. Thompson sets the bit for Irving. He dishes it to Dellavedova. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Dellavedova's got 7 points in the game.
They've been outstanding here in the first quarter. Great spacing, excellent passing, and the three-point shooting has been unbelievable.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Scola against Marion. Mahinmi dishes to Scola. Marion with the steal. On its way from Irving for 2. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. Cavaliers on top, leading by 10. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Quicken Loans Arena. Welcome back, everyone. We're ready to get going again as this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports continues. Players are topped off with Gatorade, hydrated, and ready to get going again as well. And from what we've seen from the Cavaliers, what do you guys see?
And the key is you look at the steal totals for this team. They have really put good pressure on the offense.
Well, you know what? Pressure can lead to pilfers, and pilfers can lead to points. So we've got the 3 Ps: pressure, pilfers, points. Get it done.
And it's the Pacers with the ball, trailing by 10. On the court for the Pacers as our second quarter gets underway. George and Scola, they're the forwards. Watson out there with C.J. Miles, and it's Mahinmi in at the 5 spot. Now here's Scola, and misses it off the right side of the rim. Now here's LeBron. The dish to Miller. Back to James. It's Miller on the wing. 6 on the shot clock. It's stolen by Watson. And a fast break now for the Pacers. Here's George. He hits it from 9. George has got the opening basket here in the second quarter for Indiana.
That's just run of the mill for him. A typical day at the office. He's one of the more skilled offensive players out there.
LeBron kicks to Mary. Paul George with the steal. Here's Miles. The shot's good on the assist by George.
And that was very confident offense right there.
Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone.
Well, for Paul George, a big leap forward last season, upped his scoring dramatically, and now in his 5th season. If he's not quite a superstar yet, that seems to be his trajectory.
James kicks to Miller. George against LeBron. From about 16, and he gets the bucket. LeBron's got 10 points. Pacers trail by 8.
And for Paul George, one of the things I really like is the way he goes about getting his points. I mean, not just on the perimeter or facing up, which he's very good at, but PG also is doing a better job of making dive cuts, posting up now, really using his size and athleticism to score around the rim. And he's actually mastered a pretty potent turnaround jump shot over smaller defenders.
And guys, remember, Paul George played center in high school. It wasn't until college team that he transitioned to the perimeter.
Yeah, maybe part of what caused him to slip on draft night. But, you know, you talk about drafting for talent. The Pacers' best player was small forward Danny Granger. But they took George anyway, and you see how it's worked out.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Love's checked in for Marion. And it's Waiters in for Miller. Rodney Stuckey's checked in for Indiana. Hill comes in for C.J. Watson. He's perfect from the line this time.
Oh my gosh, I just got that.
A lot of positive, Steve, for the Pacers last year and how they started the season. And, you know, Clark, you saw this firsthand every night, dominating early, but they did have a falling off point.
Yeah, after the All-Star break, they went from looking unbeatable to looking like just another team, but they were able to gather themselves just in time and make a deep playoff run.
Now here's Stuckey after LeBron James's miss. Here's George. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
Boy, they really started to come on here in the second.
Playing much better here, guys, and it looks like they're starting to make up some ground. We'll see if that can continue.
Anderson Varejau's checked in for Cleveland. And a change for the Pacers. Roy Hibbert's checked in for Ian Mahinmi. The Pacers have been at their finest four at the free throw line tonight. 8 attempts, 8 makes.
You know, with the Pacers, although they didn't end the regular season as they might have wanted to, they were still able to rest a number of players down the stretch and prepare for their playoff run, which ended up with the conference finals again.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Well, you have to admire Dion Waiters' confidence as he feels he's going to be the next great shooting guard, not shy to proclaim himself as the next in line. Waiters saying, I really believe that I'll eventually be the best shooting guard in the NBA. This year I'm going to show a lot of people who doubted me and still doubt me. I'm going to show them. Can't wait to watch, guys.
Well, Doris, confidence so key in this league. Thanks. That free throw, no good.
Well, the Pacers were running away with the Eastern Conference last year, and I think they took their foot off the gas pedal a little bit second half of the year. They struggled at times, made some moves, but ultimately righted the ship and made a deep playoff run.
West is checked in for Indiana. And he sinks the second. Dion Waiters going into last season working on playing off the ball. whether, catch and shoot, Steve, or coming off screens.
Yeah, he's most comfortable with the ball in his hands, but playing alongside Kyrie Irving, he's got to be more effective without the ball, working off those screens and learning to play with Irving.
And Waiters really has tried to emphasize staying on balance with his shots, taking better shots, better quality shots within the offense, and we saw the results. There was an uptick in his percentages from the field and from long range as well.
That free throw, no good.
And Waiters still a volume scorer. To improve his efficiency, he's got to get that free throw percentage back up and become more consistent finishing inside. But he's a natural scorer. He certainly has the talent.
That's off as well, so he misses both.
Anderson Varejao, a quality defensive center. Great rebounder, moves his feet well, anticipates, plays with a ton of energy, and he's one of those irritants. He gets under a lot of guys' skin.
Here's Dellavedova. 7 points in the game, and it's blocked by Hibbert. And here is Hill. He kicks it to West. Hibbert trying to free himself up. Good on that shot, and with that, the Cavalier lead is cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from David West. Cleveland's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight.
And Varejao coming in to the league primarily as a defensive energy guy, but he's expanded his offensive skill set and has made great improvement as a passer. From his rookie season to now, he's more than doubled his rate of assists.
Now here is Hill. After LeBron James's miss, West kicks to Hill. Outside, George, clock at 4. Puts it up from 15. Rebound, Love. Love's got his 4th rebound in this one. And Varejao, a good decision maker, Steve, for a center. A 2-to-1 assist to turnover ratio last year.
And he had a terrific season as a 2-point jump shooter. Able to spread the defense out a little bit and operate from the high post.
Pacers trail by 4. Hill with it. George sets a screen for Hill. Picked by West. The drive by Hill. And David West, the bucket on the assist by Hill. Hill's got 3 assists now in this one.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
The Pacers have gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. Stuckey setting the pick for Hill. West a screen on Waiters. Hill passes to West. Feeds to Hibbert. Cannot hit. Nice D from Varejao. The Cavaliers leading by 4. Dellavedova dishes to Waiters. Kicks it to Dellavedova. The feed now to LeBron. Shot clock at 5. And Varejao kicks to James. Waiters passes to LeBron. Second shot opportunity with 1 on the clock. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And LeBron asked who would be on his Mount Rushmore of NBA greats, Steve. He went with Larry. He went with Michael Jordan and Oscar Robertson.
Well, you got to feel like he probably can sort of associate himself with the Big O. You know, the big body, the strength, the versatility. That's what Oscar was all about. That's what LeBron is all about. So nice to see LeBron's recognition of that era of the NBA.
Hard to argue with those selections. He also said he'd better be up there too, and I would agree with that.
He's off on the second. Roy Hibbert, one of the biggest players in the league, Clark, 7'2" last season, bulking up to 290 pounds.
Yeah, he wanted to get stronger to better hold his position in the low post, and for a good portion of the season he did that. Then he fell back into some old habits. You know, when he first joined the Pacers, the coach had him slim down to 250 pounds because the type of game the Pacers were playing was a little different. But he's a player who's best playing to his strength, and we mean that literally.
And that one's good. Wow.
Pretty much no chance for the smaller defender to block that jumper.
Yeah, he knows exactly how to use his size to his advantage there.
And the Pacers call time here.
And for Hibbert, it's amazing how far he's come with his conditioning. You hear stories from when he arrived at Georgetown, couldn't do a push-up, couldn't jump rope, said he could barely run. So to get where he is now just took a tremendous amount of work.
Pacers trail by 4. Outside Hill. West up on top. It's back to Hill. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Shot clock at 6. Tries again, and it's Hibbert missing.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
Pass to Verjao. Leaders on the wing. Now Love inside, and he uses the glass on the layup. And now a 6-point Cavalier lead.
And for Hibbert at Georgetown, you know, they had him doing everything from weights to dancing in an effort to develop his coordination and core strength. And he even embraced MMA training in the NBA. So he's really left no stone unturned in working to develop his body and his game. And you can see the fruits of that work and how he's performed over the last couple of years.
George with the bucket.
He has been fantastic this quarter, guys. It's just the kind of effort they need if they're going to continue to trim the lead.
LeBron outside. Pass to Waiters. Verjao setting the pick for Waiters. Well, wide open look for Love. Again, Love missing.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
You got that right. I mean, he'll do it from three-point land or anywhere on the perimeter, really, because he is a deadly shooter. You've got to do a better job defensively.
George dishes to West, and it's blocked by Love. It's stolen by West, and that one's good. And it's now only a 1-point Cavalier lead, and the Cavaliers call time here. Kyrie Irving is checked in for Matthew Dellavedova. Chris Copeland's checked in for Indiana. Cleveland's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Irving kicks to LeBron. Love with the screen on George. James loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. James has got 6 points in the quarter.
You know, he started out hot, and he's only gotten hotter. He could be in for one of those games.
Out that one, and the Cleveland lead has been cut back down to just 1 with the basket from West.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding. They are piling up the assists.
Now, here is Irving. 12 points for him. Love with the screen for Irving. Shot clock at 6. Verjao passes to LeBron. And Cleveland again with the bucket.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. His shooting has been off the charts.
Pacers trail by 3. Hill kicks to Copeland. And David West again. West has got 18 points in the game. Here's Irving. The pass to James. It's a pick by Love. James dishes to Irving, and he gets it to go. He's got 14.
And how about that screen by Love? That was a wall.
A tight game here in Cleveland. Hill kicks it to West. Stuckey passes to George. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. That's on LeBron James.
George having a fantastic game. He has 12 points and some of his offense coming at the foul line with 5 points there.
Yeah, 5 pretty big points, Clark.
The Pacers have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line.
Well, pretty good numbers for this club a year ago, Kevin. 78% as a team from the free throw line.
And you can't take those numbers lightly, fellas. I mean, their free throw shooting made a difference for them in a lot of their games last season.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Varejao. Marion comes in for Kevin Love. And Mike Miller subbed in for James. Indiana also making some changes. Mahinmi's checked in for West. C.J. Miles comes in for Rodney Stuckey. And it's Watson in for George Hill.
Cleveland didn't quite meet their expectations last year, in part by how poor they shot at home. Hard to get wins when everything you put up seems to rim out.
Irving dishes to Marion. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Now Watson looking for his first basket still in this one. Thompson with the rebound. It can be doubly defeating, Clark, with the missed shots here at home. Not only are you not scoring, but then the crowd loses interest. They get out.
That's a great point. I mean, one of the benefits of being at home is having your crowd there, energized and pulling for you. And if you're not making shots, they tend to sit on their hands.
Pacers trail by 5. 1:32 left in the first half. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Well, it was only recently that the Cavs fans were worried that they'd lose Kyrie Irving in free agency, much like they'd lost LeBron. Now, not only has LeBron returned, but the Cavs have locked up Irving to a long-term contract.
The first one falls.
Oh my God.
And remember last season, a fan who ran out in the court was wearing a shirt saying, "Kyrie, don't go." The fans were definitely, Clark, getting nervous.
And what a terrific turnaround for this franchise. I mean, last season struggling with chemistry concerns. Help has now arrived in a big way, and the mood around this city and the team has taken a complete 180.
And George drops them both.
And at the free throw line, it's all about consistency with him. Same routine, same stroke.
Thompson sets the pick for Irving. Raiders on the wing. Back to Irving. Shot clock at 6. Fires top of the key. It's rebounded by Indiana.
You know, not only is the game neck and tight, but the rebounding battle is too. Extremely close on the boards.
Both teams have really put in a terrific effort down low.
Now, this is why the breakaway rim was invented, for plays just like that.
Well, he almost brought the whole thing down, Clark, by hanging on that long.
Yeah, he did.
It was a great dunk and also a great game we've got here.
Now, here is Irving. He's got 14. Marion kicks to Irving. Again, Irving missing. Indiana trailing here.
Definitely a 2-for-1 situation here, guys.
Yeah, the wise move would be to find themselves a quick shot right away.
Watson, the pass to Mahinmi. Dishes it to Copeland. There's the 3. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Irving dishes to Marion. Here's Irving, goes up at the stripe, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Irving's got 16. Throws it from deep. Can't hit. And a tight game here as we end the first half. Cavaliers lead by 3. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Gentlemen, I'm over here with Tristan Thompson, and after that first half, Tristan, what's the plan going to be for this second half?
Well, it's simple. It's going to be a dogfight. You know, they got big guys, true bigs, and we got to come out, play hard, and not let up.
You have to have plenty of bark in a dogfight, Tristan. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Doris. We'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.